Okay, welcome to the second in the series of sessions on Watson Assistant. And my name is Vijay Sridhara, and I'm here to help you with setting up of a chatbot on Watson Assistant. Now, in this session, we will look at the actual Watson setup that needs to be done for creating the dialogues between the user and the bot. So, you need to create a Bluemix account, bluemix.net. If you navigate to bluemix.net, you can using your email ID, you can create a Bluemix account. Once your Bluemix account is active, you ask for a Watson Assistant service. Once the Watson Assistant service is uh, in your cloud account, you just go to Watson and then manage here on the dashboard. So I launched the tool. When you get your Watson account, you automatically have a user ID and password, the credentials which were shown earlier. I can go back and show you again. Here you can see this is the API link. There are different options where you can choose. Right now I chose um, the data centers to be in UK, and this is the way that they are set up. You have a API API URL, or and then you have a user ID and password. So these are important to remember or to keep a record of, so that you can use them in your actual chatbot interface. But for now, we don't require this. We will look at it when we need this really. You just have to launch the tool to go to the Watson Assistant workspace. And here you have a facility based on what kind of account you requested for. You have a facility to choose um, uh, to uh, to choose a light plan, a free plan, which is monthly quota that you will get, and you have a premium account or a standard account where you need to pay some money there. So if I go to workspace, this is a free account. Just for the purpose of demo, I took this, and here you create a new workspace. I call it Bajan Sales Appliances, and it's a sales workspace. Okay, great. So it has created the workspace. Now the, the the workspace will contain three different elements. One, we need to understand the workspace that it will handle are is about the conversation that will happen between the user and the bot. Whatever role you have assigned to the bot, it has to play that role. So you have to build the intelligence and workflow here, so that Watson keeps evolving based on the fundamental intelligence that you put in here. So you have already seen in the first session that we have created some intents. Intent is nothing but what the user is asking, and an entity is nothing but what the user is asking about, or what the user is interested in actually. So for example, when we looked at, if I take the spreadsheet again one more time, the intents, we have created two intents: product category, product catalog, sorry. Now, please share your product catalog. What products do you sell? Do you have a list of products in the store? Do you know what you sell? What models do you have? These are all product category catalog related. So all of them form one intent. And another intent is about price details. What is the price of XYZ item? Can you tell me the price? So all of these things, they intend the same. So that's why we are calling it as intent. And then there are entities we discussed about, that anything specific will fall into entity. So we will try to put all these things into the workspace. You can actually import the entities and intents that you have created. Otherwise you can also create intents directly. So if you click import intents, there is a facility that it expects intents in a specific format, intent name and intent description, or perhaps the user example they call it, in a CSV format. Otherwise, you can also add intent like this. So you you always denote the intent with a hashtag. So please remember, wherever hash appears, it's an intent. So the intent name is product catalog for us. Product catalog. So it's product catalog. So is it required to um, show the description? No. So we have created the intents. So first we create the intent and then add the user examples. What are the different user examples that we have? So we will just go to the intents here and then copy it across. So let me take a notepad so that it becomes easy for us. I have the notepad here and then I keep pasting into. Please share your catalog. What products do you sell? Do you have a list of products in the store? What do you sell? And then what models do you have? So it is under one intent. So we have added multiple examples. So Watson will learn more and more, and I need to convey to you that Watson will dynamically calculate the confidence level uh, for a user query. When the user actually asks a query to the bot, Watson will calculate the confidence level. To which intent does the question suit to? So the most confident one will it respond. It also responds what are the different confidence levels that it has calculated or arrived at looking at the user's query. So if you have as many examples as possible, it is easier for Watson to learn and understand different permutations and combinations of words that can happen to for that intent. So let's add one more intent called product price, or oh, it's product price details. It's not product price, it's price details. So let's have this here. So create intent, description is not required for now. I will just, what is the price of, and can you tell me the price of, get me the price of. So we are not putting the specifics here for which item. So we will handle that in the entity. So as I said, the specifics are more related to entity, but can we not put it in the intent? You can. To make it more robust, easy to maintain, and create a reuse. So we use the generic part of it in the intent. In the entities, we give the specifics of it. Now, when we come to the entities, excuse me, and we say add entity. So we can say TV models, create entity. I can say TV model 65 inch. The synonym is larger, largest TV. I can say mega TV. So these are synonyms. So the TV model is 65, it's large TV, or I can also have a 65-inch TV. So all of these things boil down to TV 65. I can also have a TV 55, big TV, 55-inch, TV 49, mid-sized TV, medium TV, medium-sized TV, and 49-inch. And then I have one more TV called TV 41, small TV 41-inch TV, or a general normal size TV. Okay, I think we can call it as a normal TV. And then I can have a 32-inch, small TV, 32-inch TV. All right. And then these are TV models. I can also have something called as mobiles. Create entity. So what mobiles do I have? One is vPhone. I can also say Samurai. So just for this, we did not add the uh, specifics of this phone. For now, we will retain it here. We have two entities and two intents. Now, does Watson understand from here what the user asks? No, Watson doesn't understand from here. We need to create a dialogue between the Watson and the user. So when you create a new dialogue, there are no dialogues yet. So when you create a new dialogue, each of the dialogue is will contain nodes, dialogue nodes. So we need to understand one dialogue node will handle one communication at a time. So let's see. So when I create the dialogues, so this is the conversation workflow that will happen. So when you first trigger, this node will get triggered. This is where you can edit the dialogue. So when you first trigger Watson conversation service, or when the user first triggers the Watson conversation service, the bot will respond with these messages. So it will respond with these messages. Hello, how can I help you? I can also add more. Hi, what's up? Or I can add more messages. I just keep pressing enter on the Windows, and then it gives me option to enter different responses. You can set them sequential or you can set them random. That's up to you. And then wait for the input. Finally wait for the input, and then based on what the user has input, after that you go to the next node on the left side. If you see, now are these visible to the user? These are not visible to the user. This is the background process that we are trying to build in Watson workspace, that for every conversation or for every dialogue, so we need to understand one thing, that the dialogue is a back and forth communication between the user and the bot. So I say something, the bot says something back. That is one dialogue, and a continuous sequence of these dialogues will make a complete conversation. So a conversation is multiple dialogues, and we are trying to create one dialogue at a time, what the user will ask and what the bot will respond accordingly, based on the intents and entities that we have created. Can the user ask about something that is not filled in here in the intents and entities? Of course, yes, user can ask. That is up to us how to handle those kind of questions. For example, if you have a new stock items, or the price of a TV model or a mobile model has changed, you don't want the bot to answer it with the data available here, but you want the bot to look at your actual data in the inventory and the pricing tables in your database. You can also be done. We will look at that in the subsequent sessions. But for now, we are looking at how to show this data, intents and entities, logically, um, how to respond to the users based on the intents and entities that we developed here. Once we master this, we will go into how to query the application data. For now, we need to understand when the first trigger happens to Watson, Watson will respond with a welcome message, and from there you can take on how the dialogue should happen. So for quickly looking at this, if this is working, we close this dialog and we say just try it. So when we try it, the first trigger has happened and the Watson has responded, hello, how can I help you? So you say something, hi. So it has identified no relevant intents for hi. So it said, I did not understand. You can try rephrasing. But how did this respond? Now this hi, it did not qualify for welcome, so it went into anything else node. So in anything else, if it did not understand the nodes above it, it will go into anything else node. And here it says, I did not understand. You can try rephrasing or one of these messages. So since there are only two things here, so it doesn't understand. You can add one more node here. Let's add one node here and say hi. So let it identify hi here. So if it identifies hi, how should I identify a hi here? So let's go to the intents again and create a new intent saying, or you can also create an intent from the dialog here. I can say come to hi and say a bot recognize an intent hi. So there is a facility, it says already that there are no such intents available, but I can create a new intent. I will say create a new intent and the intent is created. So intent has no examples. Now what does intent hi mean? Does it needs to have some examples? So let's go back to intent. Let's see hi has been created and let's add some examples. Hi, how are you? Let's retain the typo there. How are you? Hello. So all these things can be a part of hi or a good morning or a good evening, or you can say GM and GE as well. These can all be a hi message. Now how to address that hi message? So I will go here. If the bot recognizes that the user has said hi, then what should it respond? Hello, nice to see you here. What can I do for you? Or great day. How can I help you? So and then again wait for welcome. So let's close this and you can see on the top in purple that the Watson is constantly learning whatever you are doing. So there is a facility to clear this history and start fresh here. When you clear this history and start fresh, the first welcome message is thrown. Hello, how can I help you? I will just say hello. So it has identified the intent hi for this hello user input and responded, hello, nice to see you here. What can I do for you? And this is how you develop a dialogue based on intent. And we will look further how to use intents and entities for our session in the upcoming section.